Yo, what starting five we doing?
What do you like out of basketball?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, what's your favorite hobby outside of ball?
Oh, outside? Probably just chilling with the family, really.
What else?
Chilling with family.
Activity, something.
Playing 2K.
2K?
Watching
2K.
movies, Netflix.
We could do either top 5 movies or top 5 2K players.
2K players?
Yeah.
There is a difference between 2K and NBA.
Like, who's your favorite 5 to use in 2K?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, we'll do that.
We'll do that one. We'll do that one. All right, cool.
All right, but
We start off the whole show, and then we do a quick segment of starting 5. So we'll ask you that question. It'll be sick.
Okay.
We'll talk about it because I play 2K every day. So
Top 5.
what's going on, Baseline family? We're back with another episode, and we're pumping them out well over a year now, every single week. We're thinking about doing twice a week if our audience is up for it. We're ready for y'all. We're very excited. Every single story, every single week is very unique. A little rhyme for you guys right there. But we're back, and today, I'm here, Jonathan Rears, Nitzan Aaron, and today we got RJ Glasper in the house. Thanks for coming, man.
Nah, man, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. So Baseline Podcast, every single week we try and hear your story, and we're really excited to hear your story. So Nitzan, if you want to run through his career.
just going to introduce you real quick to the audience so everyone gets to know you. You started off at Arkansas where you medically redshirted. Then you went to 3 years Arkansas Tech D2. Then you transferred D1 to Oral Roberts where you played 18 games with them. And then 30 games with the Incarnate Word, averaging 15 a game.
Yeah.
So you were killing it already in college. You decided to go pro. You go play in Cyprus, Croatia, Greece, and for 2 years, all averaging over 17 a game. And you also were third-team All-Conference in Incarnate Word, so you're decorated already.
Hooper.
Yeah,
Hooper.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So taking it all the way back, when you're growing up, what kind of sparked that love for basketball for you?
I don't know, growing up, my parents, they put me in, every sport. I played, baseball, football, basketball. But for some reason, basketball, I just had a love for it. My parents played basketball, my mom, my dad, my siblings. I think it's just run in the family, yeah.
And when you played baseball and football and those type of sports, what kind of made basketball more enticing for you?
Because I think basketball is always entertaining. Whether you always doing something like football, if you're on offense, sometimes you might not get the ball, or you might not get the ball the whole game, depending on the team, especially growing up. And then baseball, you could be in the field and nobody ever hit it to you. You might go 1 for 3. That's a good day.
Right.
So I think basketball is always. I think I have more control when I play basketball.
So when did you start realizing that basketball was that love and that you want to focus on that?
Early, probably 8 years old. First getting into a league, and then we won a championship. So early, I knew basketball was what I wanted to do.
And having your parents, play basketball, how did that help you as a child and as a youngin, kind of grow your game?
Now, it helped me a lot because not only did they, give me wisdom and, put me on game, it was they were still young, so we would play together. We would go play against other people, when I was 8 years old, I'd play against, 20-year-olds or, 15-year-olds, with my family and stuff, so that just made it even better. I think that it spiked the love even more, you know what I mean?
Had some one-on-ones with your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, who would win those?
Him until I, when I turned 15, I beat him and I never played him again. Yeah.
That was it.
He said, you beat me once, you're never touching this again.
Yeah.
It's never happening.
Never played him again.
But you're surrounded by basketball, you're surrounded by sports, right? So you start getting into the high school ranks, and were you right off the bat realizing that you were separate and you wanted to go to the college route, or were you going JV, freshman, varsity?
No, I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew basketball was what I wanted to do, and I just knew I was just different than a lot of my peers because I just wanted to be in the gym all the time. So I just knew basketball is what I wanted to do early. My whole life, I just focused on basketball.
And where were you growing up?
In Forest City, Arkansas.
Arkansas. So
Yeah.
in Arkansas, what was kind of the basketball? You said you beat your dad at 15 years old.
Yeah.
This is where you're really starting to flourish. So you got into the AAU scene, varsity basketball. What was it like in Arkansas?
It was nice, but where I grew up is a very small town, a very small town. So we didn't know, the talent is great, but it may be out of an era, it might be 2 great players. Opposed to a Chicago or New York, where it's just a bunch of great players coming out every year. So I think AAU really changed my like view on basketball because everybody say, "Oh, you're good here in a small town," but once you go play against people in other states, you just average. You know what I mean? So like when I start to travel and I realized, man, I probably am pretty good. I think that like drove the love even more.
Yeah, so you talking about traveling and playing like players in other states.
Yeah.
Who were you kind of playing? Do you remember any guys that were in your circuits at all? And like when did you realize I can play at that level?
I think it was when I went to the EYBL, like my 10th grade year, and I started playing against like every great player like that's in my class, like Malik Monk, Jason Tatum. Like I played against all those guys, and like Austin Reeves, like we played in Arkansas. He's from Arkansas, so we played each other like in high school and stuff like that. And I knew those guys were special, but like every time I would play them, I would hold my own. So that's when I knew like, you know, I probably could do something with this, you know.
Speaking of players that you played against that are incredible, I want to take us to our top 5 segment real quick.
Yes, sir.
And talk about, I mean, these are incredible players you played against.
Mm-hmm.
We both play 2K. We all love 2K. Can you give us your top 5 players that you use in 2K, and some of them you might have even played against?
None of the players that I like to use, I played against. But,
Not Jason Tatum?
I mean, I like to play, but I don't think he's in my top 5, though.
Okay, all right, I'd love to hear it.
I think I go Wemby.
Okay.
Oh, that's a cheat code
That's
right
cheat.
there.
That's a
I like
7'5"
Wemby.
point guard.
Yeah. Giannis, Kevin Durant, Shea, and Jokic.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's my
Yeah.
top
Nice.
5.
Only one guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing with the Thunder. Like,
It's kind of cheese.
it's not cheese, bro. Shay's tough.
Shea's tough.
And
And you
you
got
got-
Chet, who's like a mini Wemby.
Okay.
Right. I can't lose with the Thunder.
Yeah.
If I
Can't
get the
lose
Thunder,
with
it's
the
over.
Thunder.
Yeah.
If you lose with the Thunder, you shouldn't be
You
playing.
got
Yeah,
3-point
you're bad.
threats like all around.
Yeah.
I low-key love using the Rockets.
Yeah.
Rockets, they tough too.
They're fun. They're fun to
Length
use.
everywhere, defense, shooting.
Exactly. Yeah, I
So-
think their shortest guy's 6'8",
Yeah.
something like that. So it's like, it's basically just a bunch of lesser Giannis's playing on one team.
Yeah. And I start Amen at the point guard. Amen Thompson.
Yeah.
Put him at the
Yeah,
point.
exactly. You
go
put him in at the
big.
point.
Yeah.
So
And then if
your
you want, you
shortest guy is 6'8".
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your shortest guy's 6'8". You got Jabari. You're hooping if you got the Rockets.
Right.
Yeah.
So going back to you, like growing up in Arkansas, you realize playing with guys like Austin Reeves, Jason Tatum, and you hold your own. You might not be at their level, but you are on the court and you're contributing, right?
Yeah.
And then you're in Arkansas, and eventually you got to start thinking about college, right? And whether it's D1, D2, whatever it is, and you decide to commit to your state, right? Arkansas.
Yeah.
So walk us through that process. What was it like actually going there?
That was actually like a last minute thing, like because they thought I was gonna sign with another school, and then they called me like late, like, do you want to come? And I had to come like try out basically, and I went there, I did my thing, and it was like, you want to come here? We'll make sure you're good and stuff. And it was a good experience. Like I think that took my confidence to another level too, because I played against a lot of good players just at that school alone, But that was nice. Like I don't know, like I just chose to go there because it was the home state. It was the biggest school, and I just wanted to stay home. Like it was a great experience.
Right.
though.
Some people tell us like they want to stay close to home. So
Yeah.
what is it about staying close to home that kind of helps you?
The atmosphere. The people know you, so you have fans like at your games and stuff like that. Your family can visit them. They can visit you. That's really it right there.
When you started looking at, like you said, you played EYBL, you started realizing that you got this game, you can do it. Arkansas is high D1.
Yeah.
Was that always your goal to go to Arkansas, or was it kind of just when you started realizing your D1 dreams can come true,
Yeah.
that was where you naturally wanted to go?
Yeah. Arkansas was always one of the schools I could see myself playing at, but like I just wanted to go D1. You know what I mean? I wanted to go to college and just play basketball.
So
That's
at Arkansas, you medically redshirt.
Yeah.
So can you talk us through what the injury was like? And
Yeah, I popped my shoulder out like twice in 1 week.
Oy.
And it was my shooting arm, and it was like I was a freshman. It was like you probably won't play a lot of minutes. You know what I mean? So you might as well just redshirt, save this year.
And then you're still in Arkansas for that year, right?
Yeah.
So academically, how was that like? You expected to go and play basketball, and then unfortunately you get this injury and you can't play. So
Yeah.
what was that like mentally through your first year?
It was tough because I think I had been the best I had ever been, and then I felt like it got cut short by injury and I couldn't play no more. But I just try to make the most out of it. Go to school, still, be around the guys, go to practice, try to be like something in the locker room. So I just try to make it a positive situation.
Did you learn some stuff in that year?
Yeah, I learned a lot, like from just playing great players. I played a lot of like good players, like EuroLeague players played on our team. Probably Dusty Hannes. He was on the team, so it was a lot of good players. So I just picked up a little stuff from them.
Kind of skipping through it now. You're coming back here and you're playing in the second league in Israel.
Yeah.
What's it like playing against Dusty out here?
I mean, I haven't played him yet, but I look forward to it.
You excited for that matchup?
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Going back to high school, you had a couple of fun things that happened. You had that full court weave, that shot.
Mm-hmm.
What's like that like last seconds you just go check it up? What was that feeling like? You're in high school, you hit that shot, everyone's going crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because we were home playing against a rival. So it was just crazy. Like, nobody expected you to hit that shot. Like, I didn't even expect to hit the shot. I just threw it up there, and when it went in, I just couldn't do nothing but, like, just scream. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy.
I can only really imagine what that must feel like. You must be, like, big man on campus right away.
Yeah. No, it was nice, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, talk me through some of, like, your defining moments of your basketball career from high school going into Arkansas. If you could talk us through kind of some of the moments that stick out to you.
I won a state championship my sophomore and senior year.
Wow.
So them 2 points, and then I think just playing EYBL, like getting to travel the world, playing against the best players, I hold my own. So I think them 3 things that really stick out.
Winning a state championship is something that you say so nonchalant, right? And I remember states is like the most intense ball that there is. Your whole high school's showing up, the whole other rivals showing up. So playing at that high level going into college, did that kind of help you realize all right, this is something I really am good at, and I want to go and play and be the best that I can be in college?
Yeah, that was always my goal. Like growing up, even through middle school, that was just my goal. I just stayed in the gym. Like that was my only focus growing up. So I always knew that's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Did you have a different role your sophomore year compared to your senior year?
Yeah.
What were the roles like?
I played against I played with other our big man was at one point top 25 in the country. So we played off of him a lot. So
what's
he
his
was
name?
The man, Trey Thompson.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he was nice. He didn't play. He played at Arkansas too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was there, but we had big men, 3 guys that's 6'9", 6'10". So we played off of them a lot. So I would just stay outside, shoot, attack when I can, And then my senior year, it was basically ran through me. So it was totally different.
Walk us through what that was like, going from being on a winning team, being a piece of the recipe almost, to being the star of the whole team.
It was nice because I learned how to win, what it takes to win, to get it done. So, but my senior year, even my sophomore year, because those guys were senior my sophomore year. So my junior year, I knew I was gonna be the man now, because I was next up, second leading scorer already. So I knew I had to take a bigger role. And then all the guys I played with, we grew up playing with each other, so it was even nice. So we felt the chemistry, it clicked right away.
Right, and you redshirted that first Arkansas year, and you talk about having a big role your senior year in states, right? And then you redshirt, so you don't even play. But the next year, you end up moving to Arkansas Tech, right, which is a D2 school. Did something about being the star player of the team also go into that?
Yeah, really, because like I said, my whole life I just love basketball. So when I missed that whole year in Arkansas, I was man, I want to go somewhere I'm going to play a lot, So I chose to go to Arkansas Tech, Division II, and that's what happened. I played a lot. I was the man, so I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Was there any major difference going from Division I basketball to Division II?
Just the size. I think it's the size and just the know-how, know how to get it done. But D2 got some dogs, I think, but it's mostly you see a lot more smaller guards or smaller bigs. Athletic and skilled, but Division I is just more size.
I feel
more
like D2 is just a bunch of slept-on hoopers.
Slept on, yeah. Yeah, because a lot of guys, when they don't get the role they want, especially coming up in my era, when they didn't get the role they want at Division I, they go to a good Division II to they want to be the man. They want to, play a lot, put up numbers.
Right. You wanna actually get your minutes, play, be the star player.
Yeah.
I'm curious. It might be different now. If you have an eighth man on a Division I team who's not going to play a lot, but you got like a little bit of NIL money.
Yeah.
You might not think about being the star player anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot different now.
Yeah, so you end up going to Arkansas Tech and you stay for 3 years.
Yeah.
So what was that like at Arkansas Tech? And then talk us about being the star player again in your home state.
Nah, it was nice because Coach Klein, he was recruiting me since high school, and he never, like, the whole time I was, like, at Arkansas, he would, like, hit me up, check up on me and stuff like that. So it was a good relationship with him right away, and I played with a lot of good players. It's a good school, like, good environment, so it was cool. It's a small town, like, not much to really do. So you get to kind of, like, lock in, just go to school, go home, chill, you know.
So talking about locking in off the court, how did you kind of keep that mentality like straight?
I just like being at home, really.
Homebody.
I just like being at home and in the
A lot
gym.
of 2K.
Yeah, a lot of 2K, Netflix. Yeah, I just like being at home and in the gym, really.
Do you feel like that's helped you in your basketball journey? I think a lot of times what we see is, especially when people go high-level D1 or go become a star somewhere, it maybe not gets to their head, but they live in that moment so heavily. Versus for you, it seems like you just were more addicted to the grind than you were to the results.
Yeah. I had a lot of guidance, like, growing up. Like, my dad, he would always, like, tell me, like, you know, stay focused. Like, don't do what other people doing. You know, learn from other people's mistakes. You know, stuff like that. So I just listen. And all the advice, I just took all the advice that, like, my dad and my mom would give me. And, you know, just ran with it.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, the guidance from the beginning is something that is so important that we hear. So you said your dad was such a big, guiding light for you. What were some other guiding lights? Was it high school coaches? Was it teammates? What were some other guiding lights for you?
I mean, just my whole family. Like, I have uncles and cousins and some teammates, like high school teammates like Trey Thompson, stuff like that, just put me on game, you know, show me how to work, how to carry yourself, stuff like that.
And you do your thing at Arkansas Tech, and eventually you move on. You go to Oral Roberts, right? So what kind of like led that decision? And then I'm seeing here you played around 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So you were like getting that role again,
Yeah.
now at the D1 level. So getting that role at the D1 level, what was kind of different about that?
It was just a different level of, like, playing and different playing style, like different coaching, learning how to do stuff that I didn't know before. And playing with other, like, players that have an even bigger role than me, because coming from D2, I'm always, like, the number one option for 3 years. So I had to go there and learn how to be good as, like, the third option. So that was good. I think it helped me with my professional career, learning how to pick up on the fly and, you know, if I have to play with other great players, you know, how to be great in your role.
Was it a little tough though? Like, you know, you go 3 years, like you just said, like being the main guy on the team, and then you got to go and like try and really be the third option, but you have to like be good at being the third option, right?
Yeah.
So how did you kind of manage that?
It was tough at first, you know. I really didn't, being honest, I didn't really want to accept that role at first, but I just looked at it like, man, just do whatever you have to do to stay on the court, because I just like to play. I feel like you can always have an impact, you know, if you're on the court. You don't always have to be scoring the ball, shooting the ball. You can be playing defense, you know, doing other stuff.
Definitely. I think Alex Caruso says, like, you're trying not to be the janitor of the team, right? You're not trying to be the CEO, right? And that's what he does so good, and he's making a lot of money doing that, you know?
Yeah, right. Because when you winning, it's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why I'm not the type of person to be selfish and say, oh, I'm winning, but, you know, I want to break out and do my own thing, you know what I mean? So that's just not the type of dude I am.
And you move on to Incarnate Ward, right, the Cardinals, and you play there the next year, and you're balling, right? 16 points a game, man, 32 minutes. You get that star role?
I mean, kind of like not, it wasn't given to me, but I kind of like took it.
Right.
You know, because, I mean, I'm on the floor, and I was running a lot more point guard. Because at Oral Roberts, I was running a lot of two guard. I really want to run in the point guard. So I had the ball in my hands a lot more, so I was just able to show what I could do.
Did that make that shift to kind of leave Oral Roberts?
Yeah, because I ended up getting injured at Oral Roberts, but the player that I played with, the other guard that I played with, he led the nation in scoring that year. And we went to, like, the Sweet 16, Max Asmus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Hooper.
Yeah, Hooper. So he led the country in scoring. So I just seen what he did. So I was, you know, after the injury, I'm like, man, maybe I'll go to a small school and, you know, try to do my own thing, maybe make the tournament. Because I just see how that changed his life, like, from a lot of people didn't know who he was. Then we go to win a game in the NCAA tournament. He scored 30 points, and now everybody know who he is. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted that for myself. Yeah.
Were you on the team for the Sweet 16 run?
Yeah.
Can you talk us through what that was kind of like?
It was nice. I didn't play because I got hurt right before the tournament.
Yeah.
Like right before the tournament, I got hurt. But it was nice, like, because you could see. I mean, it was COVID, so we didn't like get the full NCAA experience. But it was nice because you could see like the change of the shift of like the energy. Because we coming in like 15 seed playing a number 2 seed that only like probably won like 3 times. You know what I mean? Like the 15 seed probably only beat the 2 seed like twice. So like everybody thought we was gonna lose. So to come in and win, everybody like, good game, like you see the change of energy. Then win another game, and now we the Cinderella team. You know what I mean? So it was great to like, because we knew what we had, but we knew it was doubt coming in, and it was good to prove everybody wrong. Yeah.
Probably broke a ton of people's brackets as well.
A ton of people's brackets.
I remember very vividly you broke my bracket.
Yeah.
So then at Incarnate Ward, you were the third team all conference.
Yeah.
So how was that? Like you balled out, you get that third team all conference. What were the feelings like about that?
It was nice. Like I feel like I went there and I played decent. I feel like I could have played better, but it was nice to, get some recognition, get an all conference team and stuff like that.
You get that recognition and you get the third team, and then you're hearing some calls from agents. When are you thinking about the pro career?
Yeah. I didn't really know much about like the overseas career, but the agents was hitting me up and, kind of like telling me like this is the route that you probably should go. I talked to some people that played overseas and they was telling me like this is the route that, you maybe have to go. So I just signed with an agent that I felt was genuine and went to Cyprus my first year and, try to do what I do.
Did you have your mind set on where you wanted to go overseas, or were you kind of just going with the flow of it?
Just going with the flow, honestly.
So then talk us through the process of your agent getting you that call, going to Cyprus. What was that like?
It was nice. I mean, of course, like your first year, especially like Cyprus, like it's probably not the money you want to get, but it was nice to have an opportunity to play pro. And he was telling me like, you'll be able to show what you can do, stuff like that. So I just was excited to, start my pro career. Because like I said, I came from a small town where I'm probably like the second or third person to play past, college, So that was really big for me. I was grateful for that.
And a lot of guys talk about like they're finishing up college and they're kind of going into it blind, right? You don't really know about overseas and stuff like this, but you said your parents played basketball. Were they able to help you guide you through that process?
Not really.
No.
They just say, go with your gut, pray about it. Because none of my parents played professional, so it was all like I was going into it blind, honestly. Yeah,
and like you said you didn't really know about overseas. What was kind of like the plan before that? Were you thinking like G League or something like that? Yeah, try to go to the highest league I can possible. But my last year in our Cardinal World, I had a good year, but we wasn't really winning. So they kind of say like it's probably the best to go, the overseas route. Right, and you end up in Cyprus and you hoop, right? You ball out. Yeah. It's a great way to like bounce to another league. You end up bouncing over to Greece, right? Croatia. And in Croatia you ball as well, right? But from Cyprus to Croatia's a little cold, right? Yeah. What's it like getting off the plane that second time? It was nice. Like I was just looking forward to like just a new beginning. I feel like me going to like a lot of different colleges prepared for me to like adjust fast, like adjust on the fly. So I just was trying to see what the new country was like, what the new style of basketball was like. So I was just eager to I was ready to go. How is it like off the court? You're in Croatia, very far from home. It's not like Arkansas anymore, right? You're just like chilling. What were you able to like do to keep the mind sane while you were over there? I spent a lot of time with my teammates out there. Like them really some nice people out there. They invite you over, they invite you to dinner, come play the game, come play cards or whatever. So I spent a lot of time with my teammate, and when I wasn't doing that, 2K.
Do you find that it's easier being a homebody, being able to transition to these places? Because sometimes when we talk to players, trying to adjust to the culture and the lifestyle is sometimes one of the more difficult parts. Versus for you, you kind of have this peace with yourself, and you're so willing to kind of just do what you want to do, like play 2K, chill out, be with teammates. Do you think that's helped you in your transition and going from place to place?
Yeah, I think it does because, like I said, I don't really need much. I just need like a comfortable place to stay, some good food, a good environment, and I'll be all right.
Where do you get that peace from being with yourself? How do you kind of get that mentality to just be able to be like good and content with yourself at all times? It's a little deep, but
yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I just always been like that. But like, I like to hang out with people and stuff, but just not all the time. I figured that, like, I found out that I get a lot of stuff done, when I'm by myself. Like, things go a lot more smoother when I'm just chilling, in the house.
Right, and we could talk about it now. You did do a lot of things. You got your master's degree as well. Was that while you were over in college, while you were playing, or when did that kind of happen?
Yeah, I got my master's degree. I started it at Oral Roberts, and then I finished it at Incarnate Word.
And what kind of sparked that? What made you do the master's degree? What was it in?
Yeah, what made me want to get it just because, like, I finished my bachelor's early and I still had a couple years to play. So I say, like, why not? Why waste it? I got to go to class anyway. I might as well get a degree out of it. And, it's in sports management. My bachelor's in psychology, my master's in sports management.
Is this something that you're thinking about doing after your career?
Yeah, I'm thinking about, like, probably getting into, like, training and coaching and stuff like that.
And you think about these things while you're playing, and what kind of like makes you think like I got to think about the future as well? Do you do things? You say that you do a lot of things on your own. You're a homebody. What do you kind of do to kind of think past your career?
I mean, I read a lot. I try to like meditate, and I mean that's a lot to do with like spending time by myself, just thinking. Just thinking, putting ideas together, reading, praying, meditating, talking to family, try to keep my head clear and stuff like that. Yeah, and I just think about the future. I mean, not too much, but you have to sometimes, but I try to live in the moment, and just prepare and just save. And I know what I want to do, so I know what it takes. I think I know what it takes,
While you're thinking about the future, you're actually absolutely killing it every league that you go to. You're averaging 19 a game. In Croatia, in Greece, you're averaging 19 a game. Now, over in Ashkelon, you're basically averaging, like 23, 24 a game. What has been so easy for you to do, like to come into that role throughout every single country you've been to?
I don't know. I work hard. I trust my work, and I think the difference in like the pro, like they know what to expect out of you coming in. So I think it's more easier to play your game. It's like they seen you the years before, so like you could do this. So I just go out there and just try to do that at a high level and just try to win.
And then talk us through like your development in the summers. I saw that you play with the Blue Chip Runs. What's that like playing with other pros in the summer in these open gyms? Who have you played with that kind of like makes you want to up your game even more?
Everybody. Like, I mean, it's nice to get good bump against good competition, and it kind of like you can gauge your game to it because some stuff you can working out by yourself. I mean, everything works when you're working out by yourself, but when you're playing against other good players, you kind of see what works, what doesn't, what you can get away with, and what you can't. So I think, and when it comes to players, like I think everybody, there's a lot of high level players like NBA guys, EuroLeague guys, G League guys. So just every day with those runs and stuff is like that's competitive. You
notice a difference in the runs with the guys who play in the NBA rather than when the guys that play in the EuroLeague?
Yeah.
What kind of difference do you see?
I don't know. Like the guys in the NBA, they just make it look easy. Like some
even like more than the EuroLeague guys.
I mean, everybody do that. I mean, it's people from like every league that just do their thing. Like people come if you can play. Like that's why I feel like no matter where you put certain people, they're gonna get it done. But it's just like the style of play. Like the NBA dudes, they just make it just look easy.
Right. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like when you come overseas. What have you kind of changed in your game style? Because it's very different, going from playing D2, D1 in college in the States. American basketball and overseas basketball, it is basketball at the end of the day, but the style of play is a little bit different. So what have you picked up? What have you kind of changed and adapted to?
I mean, I had to adjust to the travel rule early because my first year, like probably the first 10 games, I got a lot of travel calls.
Put the ball down
gotta
right
put
away.
the ball down. I'm so used to ripping through, so that's an adjustment. And just playing through physicality, to take fouls, knowing how teams play. Because, like, in the States, it's not really – people not really doing take fouls. They're just trying to get back, you know what I mean, or letting you go. But over here, it's like if you get a fast break, people might just come foul you just to stop the play. So just knowing the rules, 4 quarters instead of 2 halves, just knowing the fouls, stuff like that.
I'm curious on your opinion on this. We hear from a lot of players that Israel is the closest basketball wise to like Western basketball, like US basketball, NBA, college, things like that. Do you have that experience as well, or is it completely unique and different here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's spot on because like it's fast paced, a lot of pick and roll, a lot of high pick and roll, a lot of fast pace, like, and that's pretty much like it is in the States. Like I know in Greece the pace of the game is a lot slower, like a lot more ball movement, The games are like played more in the 60s and 70s, rather out here it's like the 90s and 180s, stuff like that. So I think that's spot on.
And we talked about getting off the plane in Croatia. You move over to Greece. This year you end up in Israel. Summer comes around. You got to think about where you're going to go. You come over here in the second league in Israel. Only one other American. What was that feeling like getting off the plane? Were you thinking about the war a little bit? Were you thinking about, I only have one other American on my team? What was the thoughts going on for you?
Just looking forward to it. I didn't have really like any expectations or nothing like that. I just wanted to see for myself, give everything a chance to see how I like it, So I mean, I talked to Dusty like when the offer came. I talked to Dusty and I asked him like, how is it out there? He like, bro, you'll love it. And then like I was talking to guys like at the Blue Chip runs that played out here, and they was like, bro, go, go, you'll love it out there. So I try to just come out here with a positive mindset and just see like what comes.
So you've been out here about
3-ish months.
3 months,
Yeah.
3-4 months. So what have you kind of really loved about Israel off the court?
I just go to the beach a lot more, because in the summer I don't live by a beach, and right now I live like 1 minute away from the beach. So when I was out here, especially like the first 2 months, I was at the beach pretty much every day.
I know it's early on, but do you see yourself kind of staying here for a little bit?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind staying here. Yeah,
Yeah?
I like Israel. Yeah.
I mean, Israel's great. I mean, but as we're starting to wrap up, I'll just kind of people who listen to this, they can relate to you. They can go through some of the same journey as you, and sometimes a very different journey, but see some of themselves in it, in what you've gone through. And I was wondering if you could give some pieces of advice and words to any one of our listeners.
I just say stay positive and just control what you can control. Don't control your emotions. Don't lose your head trying to do things that's out of your control. So just stay positive, work hard. Keep your support system tight and just stay focused. Don't get caught up in all the other stuff. Like that's why I say like if you love basketball, if you love what you do, like keep the main thing the main thing. Don't get caught up in the noise and the distractions and stuff like that.
And it's beautiful. You've been able to travel the world playing the game you love.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing, and
It's a blessing. Yeah.
It's awesome to have you here, and we're really appreciative that you came
I
out.
appreciate y'all for having me.
And as we wrap up, we do this little shot clock segment.
Okay.
So we're gonna do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
And you can pass or see how many you can get. We'll throw out the shot clock.
You going off the dome again?
Off the dome, I'm ready.
You want to start?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1.
Favorite basketball movie?
He got game.
Shawarma or falafel?
Shawarma.
Weightlifting or cardio?
Weightlifting.
Mountains or beaches?
Beaches.
Favorite Hebrew word?
Yalla.
Beaches or mountains?
Beaches.
Home or away games?
Home.
Comfort movie?
Coach Carter.
Yeah.
Warm-up song? Did we do that?
No, go.
Warm-up song?
Warm-up song?
Yeah, favorite warm-up song.
Pass.
Favorite song? Favorite song? Favorite artist?
Rod Wave.
Raw Wave.
Rod Wave.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
go.
good.
That's a go. I like Raw Wave.
That's something that a homebody person would say.
Yeah, anything Rod Wave I'm listening to, yeah.
That's great. So thank you for coming out, man. Best of luck for the rest of the season. Keep putting
Appreciate
up
it.
those numbers.
Thank you, man.
Doing a hell of a job, and we really appreciate you coming, man.
Appreciate y'all for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.